Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to turn any eyeshadow into an eyeliner. All you need is this e.l.f. makeup lock and seal. This is what I recommend the most. You could use the LA Splash Proof Sealer, Eyeliner Sealer / Base. I know it's a mouthful. I personally like this better for eyeliner. This I like to use for glitter, or if I want to put glitter on the eyeliner or something like that. Also, my eyes are like really glossy and red right now because I have allergies and my eyes won't stop watering and my nose won't stop running and I keep sniffling and sneezing, and it's really annoying when trying to film a video. Actually, it's really annoying when trying to do anything. First, I'm going to show you how I do it. Basically, all I do is take the cap off, and then it has like a little like eyedropper type thing, and I just pour it onto like a little flat surface. Doesn't matter, you could use anything you want. I'm just using the inside of like a button from Brandon's jeans. It keeps coming off and it was left on my table today, so that's what I'm using today. And then I'm just going to be using this little eyeliner brush from Sigma. Use any eyeliner brush you want. This is just the one I'm using. It's the Eyeliner 11. I'm going to show you a couple different colors. The first one I'm using is the Glamour Doll Eyes Pigment in Immature. And it's just like a greenish teal type color. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of that into the cap, not a lot. This is what the cap now looks like. Has some eyeshadow in there. I'm going to dip the brush into the lock and seal first. Make sure it's pretty wet. Tap off the excess so it's not, soaking. And then we're going to get some of the eyeshadow on the brush, all the way around the brush. Make sure that the brush is saturated, and then tap off the excess because we don't want, fallout and all that. And it goes on really nicely, just like an eyeliner would. I will show you the difference between this and what it looks like regularly swatched without the lock and set. So it's called lock and seal. Woo, Nelly. And then if you want to, you feel it's not intense enough, you can do a second layer over it. Just make sure that you don't have too much of the eyeshadow or too much of the lock and seal. So you can make this as watery or as powdery as you want. So there's that. And depending on if your eyeshadow has shimmer in it or not, it's still going to have that same shimmer that it does when it's used in its regular dry eyeshadow form. It's not going to change when you use this. So now I'm going to show you what that eyeshadow looks like just on its own. So that's what the eyeshadow looks like on its own right there. You can tell that it got a lot more pigmented and a little bit darker, and it looks a lot more like the actual eyeshadow. So there's those. I will take pictures of all these too, so you guys can get some HD photos. And I'm going to show you a darker color, and you really don't need a lot of the stuff. Like 1 or 2 drops is really all you need for this. So the darker color that I'm going to use is this Glamour Doll Eyes Bruised. And this is a dark purple with purple, green, and blue shimmers in it. So this is probably one of my favorite eyeshadows of all time. It is the most, it's not the most unique, but it's really unique. I haven't seen a shadow like this anywhere else. You can see just how pretty that is. I will link Glamour Doll Eye's website down below. So I'm going to show you this eyeshadow just on its own without the lock and seal. So there's that. You can see it has a ton of blue, purple, and green shimmers in it, and then it just has a really dark purple base. Now I'm going to add the lock and seal. So that's it with the lock and seal. You can just see how much shinier and just like how much more you can see that duochrome and that glitter in there. It's just a really gorgeous color with and without it, but with it is much more intense and opaque. Now, what I also want to show you guys is that you can do this with just regular eyeshadow too, like with a regular eyeshadow brush, and apply it as eyeshadow and not as liner. So I'm going to show you that with the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow in Always Pearly Pink. This is a pressed eyeshadow. Just looks like that if you're unfamiliar with that. And I'm just going to be using a regular eyeshadow brush. And then I'm going to show you a swatch of just that eyeshadow. So there's that. You can see it has a really nice pearl finish, but wait until I use it with the lock and seal. You're just gonna do the same exact thing. Just wet the brush, wipe it off a tiny bit so it's not soaking. So there's that. You can see just how much shinier and more pigmented those look. Maybe you can't tell with this light pearly pink type shade, but in person it is much more pigmented and vibrant. It's not so transparent and translucent. It's more opaque with the lock and seal. And I'm going to show you one more color. I'm going to use this dark matte brown. I'm going to use a different brush because that one is now dirty. This is just another Sigma one, the E55. Now this alone is extremely pigmented, so it really doesn't need this, but I just want to show you guys how intense it really can make it. So there's that. And this is the Maybelline Natural Smoke Squad, by the way, if you were wondering. And I'm going to wet the brush, wipe it off a little bit, dip into that eyeshadow, repeat if I feel it's not changing it that much. So now you can see how much more pigmented it is. Again, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see the difference because this is such a dark color and this is such a light color. Maybe I should have chosen some other colors, but that is the video. I am using a black from the NYX Butt Naked Eyes palette using this method as my eyeliner on the top, and I will also show you a picture of that. If you have any questions regarding this method, the products I'm using, or the brushes that I'm using, just give me a comment down below or message me on Facebook or Twitter or Kick or wherever you can reach me. All my info is down below on where you can find me. Yeah, so I love you guys and I hope that this video was helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye!